guys, it's Nether, and sound the alarms because it is finally time. I have been putting off this video for as long as I can imagine, but today I am finally doing my full collection video. I'm super excited to get into everything that I've collected over the past couple of months. My collection has changed so heavily from the last video that I did. That video is insanely outdated now looking back on it, but I am super excited to go on and make this new updated video. So without further ado, and with enough yapping and delays, let's talk about my cars collection by starting with, obviously, above the shelf. Before we get too good, we gotta talk about some boring stuff, starting with, obviously, the top shelf. This is where like everything that doesn't really fit in the bottom parts of the shelf goes. So big things like play sets, hence the race ready car wash, the twin track set from Glow Racers, a Mac hauler, the Lightyear blimp, and the transforming Cardry Wong hauler all live up here on the very, very top shelf because they just don't fit anywhere else, but I want to have them as part of this collection, so they go up here above everything else where it's still seen but not taking up nearly as much shelf space as it would be if it was on one of the lower levels of the shelf. Nothing too interesting to say here about these guys. That Mac belongs to a place that they no longer own, so that's a bit funny. And the twin track set is kind of fun, and I love the look of the race ready car wash, hence why it's still all put together. But with that, now with the boring stuff out of the way, let's talk about diecast. Starting with, of course, the McQueen shelf. This one is just, I love it. I cannot express just how much I adore my Lightning McQueen collection. This is every McQueen from the mainline movie, so there's no extended universe in here. Those go in different shelves, but most of McQueen's main variants are here. We've got regular McQueen, or Dynamical McQueen, Bling Bling, and everything else you could ever imagine. No crazy standouts here except for that guy. That is a Hudson Hornet Piston Cup Lightning McQueen, a very sought after release nowadays that's very hard to come by, which I'm very happy to have in the collection. Looking to get a better one of this guy. He's a bit beat up, got some color changes back there. We've also got a Pez dispenser from I think 2012, Cars 2 new in box. I found that at like a flea market of some sort. It was really cool. The cardboard cutouts from the Cars 2 5-pack review, the top of a Good to Grow cup, the movies on DVD and Blu-ray, except for Cars 2, I don't have a Blu-ray for some reason, an extra stock McQueen and a color change Lightning McQueen, as well as my mini racers collection, which is very small, so it all just kind of goes in this little Mac hauler that I've got, but it's cool nonetheless. I don't mind it too much. I'm very, very happy with my McQueen collection. There are some that I, haven't added yet that I really want to add, like the Road Rumbler Lightning McQueen, the Metallic Dragon Lightning McQueen, just other Cars tunes in general. Honestly, it would be really, really cool. McQueen with party wheels, etc. Just a lot of McQueens that I'm missing in the collection. I don't really have any that are super, super rare. The rarest that I have, honestly, is this guy, which isn't even really rare to begin with. But I really do love my McQueen shelf. He is such a fun character to collect. I highly recommend it. And I've also got the Lego Cars 3 McQueen back there. He's a really cool release as well. But with that, let's move on to the next shelf, Radiator Springs. This shelf is quite tight, but in here we've got all of the Radiator Springs mainstays. We've got a total of 9 variants for Mater, from Cars 1 to Cars 2, Cars Tunes, Cars on the Road. No Cars 3s in here because he doesn't really have any cool ones in Cars 3 except for like the headband and ones which I'm looking for. Sally from the normal and also from Winter. Tons of Ramones. I love my Ramone collection, but I am looking to build it up. Some Flows, a couple of different Docs, Fillmore, Sarge, Tex, a ton of cruises, as well as a custom that I will show off in just a second. The Thomasville Legends, so Smokey, River Scott, Junior Midnight Moon, and Louise Nash. Rusty and Dusty Rusties, Van and Minnie, Red, and some other townies from Radiator Springs. But really quick, I want to show off this cruise custom that I made, because to this day, Mattel have not given us a Cruz Ramirez as Jackson Storm diecast. So when I was, honestly, I think a couple months after Cars 3 came out, I went ahead, bought an extra Dinoco Cruz, and made this custom for my own collection that I had back then. You guys might have seen this video. I don't know if you guys have been around for a very long time. My channel, that is my gaming channel, currently used to be a cars channel, and I had this girl featured on there. Great times, honestly. I absolutely love Cruz. She looks fantastic, and this custom was such a fun little, you know, thing to make, and I really hope Mattel makes this a real diecast in the future, because I would absolutely love to add it to my collection. She's a little chipped up, she's seen better days, but man, was this just a fun custom to make. But with that, let's move on to the next shelf, the Piston Cup Racers. Another fantastic shelf here. We've got Cars 1 stock cars over here and Cars 3 stock cars on the right that are stacked up in this Mac hauler, because I don't know, I don't really care that much for the Cars 3 stock cars. It's the Cars 1 stock cars that I really love collecting and showing off for the channel. Some cool highlights here. I've got a Mitzi Motorcraft inbox, the rubber tires version from Kmart here. That's my name. I bought it on a Whatnot auction. Just such a cool character. The only female racer in the first Piston Cup. I absolutely love her. She is so awesome. That's why I got her on card in this really cool little edition. That way I can always have her you know, preserved in a way. The rest are, you know, just basic releases, nothing too special about them. But this is just a really cool release of Mitzi that I'm really happy to own. It wasn't too expensive or anything, and she isn't too expensive now, but I'm definitely going to keep her on card just to have her preserved. And you've obviously got, like, you know, your basic Cars 1 stock cars here. And in the Lightyear launcher that I reviewed just the other week, we've got the Broken Dreams of Chick Hicks, aka Dynaco Chick Hicks. So very cool. And on the right, we've got the Cars 3 stock cars. Some really sought after vehicles here. One of them, you know, bigger ones that I own, of course, being the Rev and Go Racer from, I think, the Target exclusive 11 pack. He's not even close to the rarest of the Cars 3 stock cars. I'm looking at you, Lane Lock. Which is why I decided I wouldn't really collect them as much, since they're, you know, kind of a pricey set of vehicles to collect. But I'm very happy with the collection that I have so far. I don't ever plan on really expanding on it unless they get, like, some, you know, newer releases. But I'm really happy to own the little collection of Cars 3 stock cars that I do. But with that, let's move on to the next shelf, the Extended Universe. The Extended Universe vehicles. Love them or hate them, they are here to stay, and I've got a couple of them here, all in their own dedicated shelf. Starting from the left, we've got every Glow Racer. I'm only missing Wingo and Fillmore. Just haven't found Wingo yet, and Fillmore just hasn't been in a new Glow Racers case for a while, so I haven't been able to find him in stores. We've got the GRC. I finally completed my set and got Carla Veloso back there, who I'm very happy to own. The 2024/5 NASCARs. I'm missing Chase. I've been searching Walmarts like hell, and I cannot find him anywhere. I'm really sad about that. Maybe next collection video he'll be here. I've only got 2 of these, so they're kind of in their own little pile. One Carnival Cup and one Carbon Racer. Really cool releases, though. Love them. And, of course, Race and Rescue, the current line. I haven't found Case X or Y. I've been, you know, harassing Target employees like crazy. I cannot find them, and I can't find Wingo. My Targets are just being really slow for whatever reason, which kind of sucks. I'm really happy with the shelf. I really wanted the Extended Universes to have their own shelf, because they're just like, I don't know, there's something cool to me about, you know, them making up different scenarios or paint jobs for vehicles, you know, outside of the movies, and I wanted them to have their own shelf so they can all, you know, flourish and look really nice. And now we have one of the best shelves, in my opinion, or one of my favorites, so it's like right in the middle, the NextGen shelf. If you've been watching my content for a while, you are definitely familiar with my Collecting Every NextGen series. I haven't uploaded a new episode in a while because I've been working on getting this collection video up and running ASAP. So there are some NextGens here that you see that haven't gotten full videos yet. If you can call them out, go ahead. I've also got the trainees over there on the right side, and Baby Jim to make up for the fact that I don't have the real Jim Reverick, who costs an arm and a leg. As for my NextGen collection, though, I am very happy with it. I love my collection so far, and obviously the standout here, without a doubt, is Stevie Slick LePage. The Trunk Fresh Racer, probably the rarest NextGen of just like the basic ones that they've made in a very long time. Probably ever. I hope it gets a re-release pretty soon, just so that, you know, more people have a chance to get them. I have the original China release, which I think is rarer than the tiling release that came after in an 11 pack. I could be wrong about that, but I do really love this guy in my collection. He looks fantastic alongside his other next gen brethren, and I cannot wait to own every single one someday soon. Oh yeah, I've also got Ryan inside Laney carded. I was just feeling weird on Whatnot run one night, so here he is in the collection. He looks cool. I love him on this carding. I don't know if I'm going to take him out yet. It's kind of up in the air. And Noah will, you know, get taken out of the packaging. I just need to sit down and make a new next gen video for that to happen. But until then, let's take a look at the next shelf, Cars 2/3. Love or hate Cars 2, it gave us some really fun designs, truthfully. I've got all of the World Grand Prix racers all lined up here. That's a plastic quick changers Nigel Gersley, but I am planning to get a normal diecast one. Same for Carla, I'm planning to get just a normal diecast of her without the flames. Some standouts here are Rip Klitschkaneski, who is a little bit rarer to come by. He's not like super duper rare or anything, but he is a little bit more on the pricier side at like $30-$40 for a brand new one. I got him for $15, so I'm very happy about that. Going more to the right here, you have some of the crew chiefs, some of the lemons, so Grem and Acer, both in danger variants as well. Some more lemons, you got Finn McMissile, 2 different versions of Holly, a beat up Rotork Redline, Professor Z, he's just unfortunately missing his monocle, and all the way to the right we've got all of the Cars 3 releases that I own. Not super many, honestly. This is a really tiny part of the shelf, but I don't really mind it all too much. I just don't really have much to show for Cars 3, but I do have a Miss Fritter in almost perfect condition and a Dr. Damage, and I've got Lee Race on a card because I just don't feel like opening him, so he's just gonna stay in his plastic prison forever. Oh well, next shelf. Moving on to the teeniest, tiniest shelf I've got on the road here. On the left, we've got Ivy back there, some other, you know, on the road diecast. I just didn't really care for the show, so I don't have a lot of a diecast for this set, unfortunately. It's also really hard to get lighting back there, so it's kind of hard to see everyone in you know, good lighting. But, you know, I'm pretty sure you can see everyone a decent amount, so I'm pretty okay with that. And to the right, we've got Cars Tune/Tuner. So we've got Wingo, Boost, Kabuto, you know, some of the other tuners from the Cars Tunes and from Cars 2, just all together in one little pile because I feel like, you know, they're a really nice little gang to have all together. Still got plenty of space here for expansion. I'm missing, you know, 2 pretty important delinquent road hazards, who I'm very, you know, keen on adding to the collection sometime soon. But we have made it to the final shelf, and that is Piston Cup. A very broad term, but what I mean is, you know, Piston Cup officials and fans, etc., etc. Please don't hate on me for the way I display my haulers. Just hear me out, okay? So this is the easiest way to display them, where all of the details are showing and everything. It just makes the most sense in my case. I know, you know, people shouldn't display them like this. It's probably gonna damage them, whatever. I don't think it's gonna hurt them that bad, and honestly, they look kind of cool, so I'm planning on keeping them like this for the foreseeable future. I've got all of the officials, so Race Tow Truck Tom. I don't have Race Official Tom yet. I really do want to get him, though. I think he's a really cool release. Tons and tons of race fans. Mia and Tia, some camera woman, a Mac Semi, some signs from the original Cars 3 releases that, you know, came with them for a little bit. These cones from like the Walmart 2-packs, these are really weird, but I have them here anyway. Some papers that came also in these same 2-packs. If you've bought the Walmart 2-packs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We've got Cars 3 Chick Hicks, no headset because I ripped it out when I was little. Or when I was younger, not little, sorry. Mario, you know, some others from the Rusty's 10th series, some more race fans, and my little collection of small but mighty pitties. I freaking love collecting the pitties, man. These guys are so much fun to have, so much fun to collect. I absolutely adore them. Some of them are kind of, you know, chipped up, but I got them for a good deal. And obviously we have all of the pitty carts. Really cool releases here. And all the way to the right, we've got some next gen haulers. So we've got Eric Breaker's hauler and Jackson Storm's hauler, Gail Buford. Really cool. And that is the entire shelf. Every single diecast that I own. Man, what a look back. Everything and anything about my collection has changed for the better, and I'm just excited to keep collecting. I'm excited for the 20th, and I'm excited for the future of Diecast because these guys are awesome and I still have so much left to collect and add to the collection. But that's not all, because you know I've got to show off the other cars memorabilia I've got. But before we do that, we got to take a look at the rejects. In any good collection, there's obviously going to be cars that don't make the shelf, whether it is because you already have versions of them on the shelf or because the ones that you have away are damaged or whatever. There's just always going to be cars that don't really make it onto the shelf, and this is that graveyard for them. A lot of these are in really good nick and are just cars that I don't want to sell because, you know, it's nice to have spares in case some get damaged, like this McQueen has a little bit of rubbing right there. Or, you know, just because they're cars that you have an attachment to or just don't really want to get rid of. I also keep some of my color changers in here because I just don't really want to have them on the shelf. But for a lot of these, I just have, you know, spares for different vehicles just in case something happens, or just because I came in contact with more than one of them in like a lot of some sort. But that's just a quick little look over at the reject bin, as I call it. If you guys want a full video on the reject bin, please let me know. But this is just, you know, the bin where all the cars that don't really deserve a place on the shelf go for one reason or another. You know, no hate to any of these cars. A lot of these are like in basically perfect condition. I just kind of keep them sitting in this bin. I don't throw this bin around or anything. It just sits in the corner and doesn't really do much. But that is the reject bin. Cars that don't make the cut for the shelf. But I've got some other cars that are basically the opposite. Unsurprisingly, I've got plenty of cars that just haven't been opened because I haven't had the chance to either record them or I just, you know, don't really feel like opening them at the moment. And these are those cars. I'm waiting for the Race and Rescue color changers to come out so I can make a full GRC plus Race and Rescue color changer video. I'm waiting to get Eugene so I can review Ryan and Eugene at the same time. Kevin, I'm probably going to put in this video as well. And this 2-pack right here, I'm probably going to work on at some point in the future. And the big boy over here, yes, people, Mattel sent me a second one to open, and I'll prove it to you. There's the new red Mattel sent me, and there's my old red. Video on this guy coming very soon, I promise, because I want to take a look at this guy and see if he works when this guy just straight up didn't. Bit of a wild card here, but I've also got most of the Race and Rescue cards saved. They're kind of torn up. They're not in perfect condition at all. I just save them for thumbnails and then I just don't get rid of them. So I have these as well. Pretty cool, I guess. And now comes the best part of these collection videos. The random crap that you probably don't care about. And I'm talking real random, like a shirt, the Crocs, the other Crocs. Next to the reject bin, I've got old boxes saved from previous unboxings that I just want to keep around just in case. I've even got this guy on a blanket. I have 2 blankets. The other one's just, you know, in the wash right now. But this one will do. I have 2 of these. A second Lightning McQueen shirt has hit my closet. I've got this proper sick license plate cover for whenever I get my future car. He's my iPad wallpaper. Does that count? And of course I've got my boy in Rocket League. Please put him in Fortnite already. Oh my god. I've got Cars 2 on Steam with a solid 5 hours of playtime. And I've got Cars 3 Driven to Win on PS4. Digitally, of course. I wasn't going to spend like proper money to get this physically. It is not that good of a game. And that's about it. My Cars collection is huge. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I love this franchise and I love these movies, and this collection is honestly my pride and joy. I really wanted to get this video out sooner, you know, when I hit 200 subscribers like I promised. But I also wanted this video to be huge and massive and just worth the wait. And I hope I could deliver on that. I've hit 3 huge milestones recently, being 400 on the channel, 100 on the Instagram, and 20 years old in real life. And it's honestly surreal, but I love being a part of this community and I love collecting these toys, and I will do it till either I drop dead or I drop dead broke and need money really bad. But until either one of those two happens, I'm happy to be a part of this community, and I'm really looking forward to 2026. Whatever it has in store for us, I just really hope it's good for the fans and for everyone. This stuff is so much fun, and I cannot wait to continue collecting, to continue growing, and to continue making content for all of you guys out there. But with that, this is Nether signing out, and I will see you guys in the next one next week. Take care.